Hello, everybody. Welcome. It's such a great pleasure to be with you at this time. The energies are intensifying. We've got probably one of the most powerful supermoons of the year. And I thought this was a perfect day for us to come together and to see what we can fire up and inspire one another. So let me just give you a moment to arrive, to land, to join, say where you are, whether you're on planet Earth, which place in planet Earth you are. It's a favorite question that every time I get asked by anybody new that I meet, the first question they ask you is, Apopuise, where are you from? And, sometimes I just say, well, China. Ime apotin Kina, and I do this. And then they laugh. So, hello, my loves. Germany, Rhode Island, New Jersey, Southern California, South Africa, Fife, London, Minnesota, Richmond, California. Wow. Welcome. It's such a treat to be in your company. And I've been meditating a lot about the energies that are coming up and how we can now begin to prepare ourselves for the kinds of energies that are coming, let's say, over the next couple of weeks. That's more than enough to contend with right now, isn't it? So there's a big shift about to start to take place. In just over a week's time, we're going to be moving into the Virgo energy, away from all this fixed energy. It's still with us for a while, but there's a gradual shift as we begin to change seasons next month. And we move into this mutable frequency. It's a very different frequency. For those of you who are mutable signs, Sagittarius, Pisces, Gemini, Virgo, you're already probably tuning into this. And chances are you've probably got a mutable planet somewhere in your chart, even if it's not your natal sun. So we're being asked to get in tune with the frequency of Virgo. Mercury is already in Virgo, so he's already ahead of the game. On the 23rd, the sun will go into Virgo. At the same time, on the 20th of this month, I've done a video all about it, we've got Mars going into Gemini, another mutable sign, for 8 months. So we're moving to the mutable frequency, and what this reminds you about is it reminds you of the intransience of everything. Yeah, that things are not there to be held on to forever. Relationships, houses, cars, phones, computers, you name it. Everything has this sort of fleeting, dreamlike energy. And it's about learning to release and let go of the things that you really feel attached to. It's the releasing of attachments. And Virgo energy is all about discerning, what do I really need? That's why Virgo rules anything to do with tidiness and neatness and organizational things, because it likes to keep things in order. Virgo rules order. But if you're trying to hold on to too many things, it's very difficult to maintain order. So, yeah, that supermoon keeping you up at night, Christina, yes. The energies are strong. So these are the things now that I'm sharing with you, of the energies that, you know, you can start to tune into on this higher spiritual level, because there's big portals open at the moment, enabling us to raise our frequency to higher levels more easily. So, what are we working with? Virgo is asking you to look at the details of your life. Okay, this is why Virgo rules cleaning, spring cleaning. I was laughing to myself. I just read a quote, and how true this is about Virgo. I get more cleaning done in the 10 minutes before somebody's due to visit than the entire week before. So Virgo is asking you to really look at what really matters and what can I let go of, because Virgo rules the digestive system, it rules the small intestine, and that's the part of you that's really sifting and sorting. Well, I'll keep that, yeah, there's a bit of good in that, I'll get rid of the rest yet. So sorting and sifting time. All right, what do you need to clean up in your world? Right. Where? For me, one of the things I'm cleaning up, or learning to clean up, haven't got there yet, is that I've spent a lifetime focusing on trying to change the externals. I can remember I used to be even more sensitive to sound than I am now. I'm lucky I've managed to reduce that quite a lot, actually, lately. But I used to have to get away from loud machinery, dogs barking, you name it. And I was always trying to change the outside. And no sooner did I move to a peaceful house, neighbors would move in next door with loud children shouting, screaming, arguments. Something would happen externally that would take away that peace. So the Virgo time is a wonderful time for going inwards. The Leo energy is this outward thrust. The Virgo is more of an inward sense of prayer, sense of going inside yourself. So yes, time to clean the internal. Very good, Marita. Yeah. So what do you want to clean out in your world? Yeah, what do you want to improve? Virgo is about self-improvement. So let's share. What do you either want to clean out, or where do you want to really improve, to strive for perfection? Virgo is the sign ruling perfection, where we strive for it. All right? So what are you striving for? What would be, if you had to pick out 2 or 3 things that you really want to improve, that you know you want to improve, what would they be? Let's share. Okay, cosmic love, paring down to essentials. Less sensitive to sound and noise. Susanna, it takes practice. And I'm still working on it. All right, so what are you doing within yourself? All right, Kenny Cat wants to clean out your corporate job, make time for yourself. Sue's Gemini, your fitness routine, great. Catherine, relationship patterns, people pleasing, that's a good one. Know that one. Balance in general, very good, Luna B. Clean your body through fasting, Anna. Yay. Straighten up your nutrition. Yeah, this is a great time. Virgo rules food, nutrition, health, healing, well-being. So anything in those areas, if you want to put your focus there, this is going to be a wonderful time to begin to think about it, so that when the Virgo, it's already here because Mercury is already in Virgo, so you can really use this energy positively. Very good, J. Mitch. More discipline with your spiritual practice. Yep. I could do with that too. I'll take that one, please. Inner and self-health, acceptance. Heal your body from shingles. Yes, Galactic Woman, sending you healing. So just good things to think about here. And also maybe a time to clean out relationships that are not life enhancing, that are not good for your well-being and your health. Maintaining loving communications with loved ones. Yep. Food consciousness. These are great. These are great. Okay, that's great, Christina. You've inherited items from people that have passed, but you want to honor some items and then clean out the rest. Very good. Make space. Joanna, yes, responding, not reacting. That's a really good one. Love that. Being honest about how you feel. Yeah, Christine. Peg, getting rid of toxic relationships. Great. Awesome. I love the way you're willing to share, because in this sharing, you get ideas from other people, it triggers other things within you. And we can see that everybody in one way or another wants to improve, wants to get better, wants to perfect something. So Virgo encourages this hard working streak inside of you. Yeah. So Teresa, that's an important one, isn't it? You've got relationships that don't serve you. You don't want to hurt other feelings and cut them off. Yeah, that's a challenge. Okay, knowing and prioritizing, truthful with your own values. Thank you, A. Stoll. Excellent. All right, being more effective sales rep. Great. Yay. Excellent. Loving yourself more. All right. Excellent. All right, so these are just things that I wanted to talk about. Now, let's now mix this, because we've got a new moon in Virgo coming up on the 27th of August. And I'm giving you a heads up here so that you can begin to, because this is what I do, I begin to meditate and think about these frequencies. And I ask myself, how could I manifest this energy in the highest possible way? And what might be the things I need to look out for that might pull me down or pull the energy down? And that's the kind of thing that's the reason that I do these videos, is to give you a sense of the energies, rather than going into every little astrological detail, because there are plenty of other astrologers doing that and doing it very well. I'm wanting to give you this flavor of the energy so you can see how it fits into your life and the changes and the upgrades you want to make. And you can use it to the highest good for you and the people around you. And in doing that, of course, you help everybody on our planet. So this is just wonderful. Yeah, improvement is never ending, Sophia. Exactly. And we can always evolve into a higher state of being. Yeah. Thank you. And Radhika, thank you. Doing a terrific job in the chat here. Thank you. Appreciate that. So now we're mixing here the Virgo energy, the mutable Virgo, which has to do with cleaning out, purifying, a purification process going on. It's also a very good time, by the way, for detoxing, cleaning out your physical body, if that's what you feel you need, as well as the physical surroundings around you. Maybe creating a small sacred space where you can go to just be. It doesn't have to be a big area. But creating the sacred in the mundane world. That's very much a part of the message of Virgo. It's important to be critical. Yes, good critical thinking. That isn't to say, that to be critical negatively, but to take a good, long, hard look at your behaviors and the things that you do. Because it's so easy to look at other people and say, he does that and she does that. It's dead easy, isn't it? But when it comes to self-contemplate and to self-discipline, boy, that's hard. But I'm working on it. I'm working on it in as many life areas as I can, and trying to work on things before they reach a fever pitch where there's a lot of pain involved, to diffuse those habit patterns before there's a lot of suffering that has to happen in order for those changes to come along. So now let's look at the Gemini energy, because now we're mixing the two mutable frequencies. The Virgo energy is the mutable earth. So this is making changes to your earth space, your physical body, your physical surroundings, your work, your time, how you spend your time. And Virgo also involves the animals, the plants, the earth, everything to do with the earth energy. And you can upgrade in this area too, especially with animals. Breaks my heart actually here. There are a lot of stray kitties, and especially around the trash bins, often when I'm walking. And there's one particular kitty lately, she has howled after me for food. And a part of me says, once you begin feeding them, you have to feed them. And if I'm not always here, I'm going to feel terrible. But I've just got over that now. It's like, I'm going to trust that if I'm not here, somebody else will feed them. So I'm doing a Virgo treat for that little kitty. So thin, a little black and white one. And I bought some fresh fish for her today. And I've cooked it and I've deboned it. So after doing the live stream, I'm going to take that to this poor little kitty. So Virgo is about service. What is there something you could do that will be in service to the plants, to the animals, to the earth, to another person, to yourself? Is there anything you would like to think of that you'd like to share? Maybe there is. Okay, so that's just something that really touched me, that I felt I just have to do. So is there somebody that you know that could use something, might need taking to the doctors, whatever, yeah, just something small. It can be a prayer for somebody, yeah, for somebody that you know that's in pain, or whatever it is, yeah, whatever. But just bringing some meaning, which is a Virgo, spiritualizing the mundane, raising it, raising the frequency of your food through prayer, yeah, raising everything that you can, raising its frequency. Yeah, I often thank my mobile phone, probably not often enough actually, because without the mobile phone, I wouldn't have internet. I wouldn't have so much. So really, I'm going to give it a good cleaning, nice clean, and a very big thank you little ceremony. So what is it of yours that you want to celebrate and thank in your mundane world? Because believe you me, these so-called inanimate things, they do appreciate some attention. They really do. They perk up. So, Sarah, you're asking how you pray. Just pray from your heart. Yeah, whatever's in your heart. Yeah, I'm so grateful to have food that I like. Fresh vegetables and fresh cucumbers and carrots and things like that. So, just raising the frequency of all the things around you. And I know there's a lot of things I need to sort out, and there's dust everywhere. And anyway, we won't go into that. Everybody's got their own things. And I just can tell you that this next month or so is one of the best times for cleaning and clearing and making space in your life. It's really good. Christine sent some money to Ukraine for the poor starving dogs. Oh, beautiful. Ocean Wave is grateful for the people that support you. Beautiful. Yeah. So just that's the frequency that you're working with. Now, let's look at the mind energy, because we're looking as well. We've got the Virgo energy, and we've got this Mars in Gemini energy. So this is the mutable energy of the mind. Okay, the thoughts, the thinking, the ideas. All right, we've covered the mutable of the Earth. I mean, there's always more that I can say, but I wanted to give you the frequency that you're working with so you can use it in your own life. Now, let's look at yes, that's beautiful. Magical medium, reach out to the elderly. They need our friendship. Yeah, very much so. So now in that frequency of the Mars in Gemini, mutable energy, the upgrade here is the upgrade of the mental frequency, the mind. Are you in charge of your mind, or is it running you? Is it running you ragged? So let's look at this. To me, this is a beautiful example of the Virgo and the Gemini energy together. It was a class of youngsters in school, real youngsters, and they were looking, which one did the kindest act during this last term. And one mother shared that her 3-year-old boy saw the next door neighbor, an old man. He was crying. He just recently lost his wife of many, many years. And this little 3-year-old boy just climbed into his lap and sat there. And when the little boy came home, his mum said to him, "What did you say to the old man? Did you say anything?" And he said, "No," he said, "I just helped him to cry." So beautiful, so pure. That's another Virgo frequency just to think about. So the frequency of Gemini often can be a little gossipy and a little, can I say, aimless chatter, aimless talk. Yeah. I don't know about you. I can do chit chat, but I notice that after a while, my energy begins to deplete. Once you've said hello, how are you? I don't really want to have more discussions about the weather. Although the 4th highest Google search is the weather subject search. I think it's Facebook, Instagram something, and then the weather. So everybody's very interested in the weather. It's not to say we shouldn't be interested in the weather. And at the same time, the Virgo with the Gemini, the Virgo is saying to you, can you be aware of when you are having aimless, unproductive, useless talk? That isn't to say that everything has to be deep and meaningful and, all that, but mindless chat can be very draining. And are there friends, are there people in your life that pull that life force out of you? You see, using higher frequencies, you're raising the life force within you. That's what I'm wanting to use the astrology for, is to help you and myself in this process, in this learning process, to use these energies to give you more life force and more energy and more youth and more vigor. And the more conscious we become of the draining life forces, the more we can then replace them with higher frequencies. So I hope that you understand that. Okay. So, for example, I'll just give you, so I've become more conscious of it now because I know this is a good time to be aware of it. So when I go for my swim in the morning, if I'm going very early, I'm just on my own, which is great. I don't have to bother talking to anybody. I was a little bit later this morning. And there were ladies in the other women who I know vaguely in the sea. And I'm thinking, I don't want to talk. I don't want to get into aimless talk, even in Greek, even though it would practice a bit of Greek. I don't want it. So I'm judiciously avoiding getting in the sea, trying to be invisible. Of course, not working, because after 5 minutes, one of them shouting out, "Bracha, Bracha, how are you?" I'm thinking, how am I going to do this? Because I just didn't want to engage today. So all I did was I looked at everybody. I went like this. I blew kisses. And I went swimming. And it worked a treat. Nobody batted an eyelid. When I got out, I did the same thing. I waved, and that was the end of that. So can you, in those, I'm learning how to do it, not easy. But I just don't want my energy drained on things that are not necessary. So, anybody else feel similar or maybe have a different opinion? That's fine too. Yeah, this is Soul Family and I'm ready to learn. These two signs, more than anything else, Gemini and Virgo, are the learning signs. The 3rd house, the 6th house, Gemini and Virgo, and the 9th to a degree, so Sagittarius will add that. But Gemini and Virgo are the 2 most searched horoscopes. If you look on Google, who looks more at their astrology than other signs, Gemini and Virgo come out top. So learning. How can I learn? How can I improve? All the time looking for that. And being willing to risk somebody else's disapproval if needed. So, yeah. There are some days where I just don't want to talk at all, and I go into silence. That's where animals are great, aren't they? Because you don't have to talk. And plants. But it's all right. It's just thank you, Sandra. You're right. Sometimes it's appropriate to be in a meditative state, and sometimes it's appropriate to chat. Absolutely with you. But it's good to be able to discern the difference and to discern in your own energy field what works for you today. Silence is golden. Yes. I agree. So, looking at the mind energy, we're dealing a lot with mental energy. So, and especially if you look at mental energy to do with health and healing, there's a wonderful story. Yogananda's sister had a very serious strep throat. And he put his hands on her and he transmitted healing. And very, very quickly, within a very short while, she was feeling much better and all the symptoms had gone. And he left the house. And she just thought, picked up a mirror to look inside her throat to see how everything was. And shock horror, she saw that it was, it was still highly infected. She saw that, and within minutes, all the symptoms came back, everything. The mind, the power of that mind, that mental energy. So we can work at this time with what are you telling yourself? What are you telling yourself about your physical well-being, about your abilities, about anything that you can do or not do? What has somebody else told you that you can or cannot do? Because we are influenced by others. That's why with the Virgo energy, be discerning about who you permit into your close circle. I love being here with you. There's an energy frequency I feel that's very uplifting. I hope you do too. And we can keep raising one another and raising and going higher and bringing a sense of calm. Because I think above all, with all this mutable energy, is an importance of being calm. Because mutable energies are very restless. So we've got the restless body, the restless mind, the restlessness can be increased at this time. So you might want to say to yourself, I am calm. I am calm. I do that sometimes. If people are hooting and there's traffic and there's lots of sort of aggravated energy around me, I'll just quietly say, I am calm. I am calm. You could even say that right here, right now. Let's create a wave of calm energy, because goodness knows we could use that. Calmness. Pure light. You say that many times a day. Gentle throughout the day when you get up, when you get wound up. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, I'm so grateful for you all. Yeah, lots of people have a negative inner vibe, inner dialogue. Absolutely. Absolutely. You've got to keep replacing it with some better messages and keep catching yourself when you can and change it to something better. And we're learning, I'm far from sorted. Calm. So lovely to be around people who are calm, truly calm. Beautiful, Marianne, lovely. I am calm, kind, confident, and loving. Beautiful. Yep, people get aggravated in the heat. Amanita, yes, that's true. You could also say, I am cool, if you are too hot. Patricia says, shh, to your mind in a loving way, like calming an infant. Beautiful. Beautiful. I am calm, I am safe, I am here. That's beautiful, Gillian. Thank you. Beautiful. Yeah, these are great little tips here. Yeah, beautiful. So, what thoughts are you putting out into the ether? It really matters. The thoughts you are breathing in, the thoughts you are exhaling. It does matter. And again, we can upgrade. And the Gemini Virgo energies are all about upgrading. Yeah, just upgrading. It's really nice to get upgraded on a plane, isn't it? To go from economy to first class. Wow, it's amazing when you get an upgrade. So this is what we're doing here with our lives and with these portals opening, with more people awakening now than ever before. And certainly whoever's here online, live or later, you want to be raising your frequency. You want to be a conscious, alive, awakened being. And that's now what we're moving into, which is really exciting. The Buddha said, whatever words we utter should be chosen with care, for people will hear them and be influenced by them for good or ill. So the Virgo is asking you to really be aware of the words that you're choosing and to know that those words can deeply influence someone. I know that with people who come to me sometimes who've gone to an astrologer and they've had like a really terrible pronouncement, the children you have will be, you'll have difficulty with children, or you'll marry and you won't, some terrible things that have been said. And this can influence a whole person's life. So it's really important to be conscious about the words you use and how you use them, the tone with which you use them. My mother always used to say to me in German, die Ton macht die Musik, the tone makes the music. So, really think about ways in which you can upgrade the way you communicate. Virgo and Gemini, both signs ruled by Mercury. An upgrade in our communications, and very much, what are you influenced by on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube? What are you reading? What are you imbibing? And is it uplifting you and others? Is it discombobulating you? What's it doing? Gillian, beautiful, wishing the greatest good for all. Beautiful. Beautiful. And the more of us that change the frequency and raise it higher, the more easily our physical bodies become lighter and more filled with energy and life, the better our relationships become. Everything. I like that. Joe, yeah, central banking is not bringing you joy. I get that. Absolutely. Yes. Sarah, it feels so light. It's amazing. It's great because we are made of light frequencies. So be aware of what you are imbibing, what you are drinking, what you are eating, what you are watching, what you are listening to, what you are speaking, what you are saying. It's a lot to be aware of, but it keeps us on our toes. Finding the perfection in the small things, that's Virgo. Enjoying the chopping of vegetables, the folding of a towel, ironing something. Yeah. So I just want to say a huge thank you, a wave of gratitude out to you for being here, for listening, for being a part of this beautiful soul family who truly wants to uplift and grow and learn. Penny Kelly keeps coming back on my channel. She just says, I love the people. I love the family. That's the feeling you're giving out. So thank you for that from the bottom of my heart. Apotisvafitis kaviasmo. Radhika, thank you for the terrific job. Thank you, everybody, for your amazing comments, contributions here. Much love to you. Bye for now.